What does freedom mean to you? Maybe here's a better question. How did we come to have the freedom that we enjoy? This week we have seen various events taking place in the UK and France to commemorate the 75th anniversary of D-Day, the day during World War II when troops from the UK, the United States, Canada and France attacked German forces on the coast of northern France. It was the largest naval, air and land operation ever attempted, and it marked the start of the campaign to liberate Northwest Europe from the Nazis. On this one day alone, the 6th of June 1944, over 4,000 Allied troops died and some 9,000 were wounded or missing. These were young men at the start of their lives, and we owe them an incalculable debt. As they set sail across the English Channel, they knew, as every soldier knows, that there was a very real chance that they wouldn't make it back home. They understood that if it came to it, they would lay down their lives for their families, their friends, their villages, their cities, their country. Many of the freedoms that we have, we owe to them. Thinking about their sacrifice really helps me to understand the depth of a statement that Jesus made to his disciples. Coming towards the end of his ministry and his life, he was sitting down for a meal with the 12 disciples and he said to them, "This is my commandment, that you love one another as I have loved you." Now, one person's demonstration of love can totally differ to another person's, and so Jesus goes on to explain exactly what a true demonstration of love looks like when he says to them, "No one has greater love than this, to lay down one's life for one's friends." According to Jesus, the greatest way that you can demonstrate love is to give yourself for someone else. That's what Jesus himself did through his atoning sacrifice on the cross. And it's also what those brave soldiers did as they set foot on the beaches of Normandy in the face of bullets and explosions. And there's one other similarity. When those soldiers boarded vessels to cross the English Channel with a willingness to lay down their lives, they did it for their friends and families, their loved ones. But they didn't just lay their lives down for their loved ones, they also laid their lives down for people they had never met. They also laid their lives down for people who weren't even born yet. They laid their lives down for people who didn't like them. They laid their lives down for anyone from their village or town or country who called them an enemy. They didn't choose who their sacrifice was for. They made an indiscriminate, unconditional sacrifice. Anyone and everyone could benefit from their sacrifice. Jesus modeled the same kind of love. He gave up his life to save the whole world, not just a part of it. He gave his life for those who loved him and for those who hated him. He made an indiscriminate, unconditional sacrifice. Anyone and everyone can benefit from his sacrifice. You just have to accept what he did and that he did it for you. And so we can draw inspiration from Jesus' example and from the example of the young men who fought for freedom and liberty 75 years ago. So here are 3 takeaways. Number 1, take a minute out of your day to think about some of the things that you enjoy because of the freedoms available where you live. Freedoms in this world are never free. Let's be grateful for the lives that we're able to live. Number 2, we're not required to lay our lives down right now, but sacrificing the money in your pocket for a homeless person or giving up your seat on a train, these are small ways every day that you and I can lay down our lives to make someone else's life better. And number 3, when Jesus laid down his life more than 2,000 years ago, it wasn't just so that we can have a decent life now, it was so we could have a perfect life in eternity. Choose to accept his act of love, pay it forward to others, and enable the beneficiaries to live a life less ordinary.